I don't want to grill it. I want to kind of do whatever this is. Alright, there goes my RCD. Alright, something a little bit different today because we're at the workshop that I normally record my other Tinkers videos on, but it's the best place for these beauties that I found today. These are two Heckler Super Speed Immersion heaters. And you can see this one here is a bit corroded. Wouldn't be hard to clean up though. It looks like it's in quite good nick. And I might replace the cord because that just looks like a fucking fire hazard. As far as this one, the cord's in a bit better nick, and I have tested this one. Oh, it's a bit loose in there, whatever. But the element is a little bit dirtier. Now, looking into Heckler, I could be wrong, but it looks like these would be from between the 1930s and the 1950s. So these are the OG sous vide, which is what I kind of love about it. You do not have any control. The only control I found so far is when you run it for long enough, your RCD trips, saving you electrocuting yourself, your house burning down or something like that. It is worth noting that I don't even know if the bloody earth on these goes anywhere, but I thought we'll put it to the test. We'll try them both out. I'll be a bit cautious about it, and then we'll try cooking with one, and I'm going to make it very short and sweet. So first up, let's grab a big old tub of water. Let's plug this bad boy in, and I guess, yeah, I'm not sure how that's supposed to sit. Alright, so now that's plugged in, let's see what it does. The water's at 32 degrees. The light turns out randomly, you know the LCD is tripped again. And you can see that is heating rapidly. Probably need to put a little bit more than 4 litres of water in this. This is about what's that going to be, 20 something inch diameter? 25 centimetre? That's what I meant. I can't count today. I'm so tired. This is so far living up to its name of high speed, because that is quick. What's the general water temperature over here? Yeah, it varies as you'd expect, but we'll give this a minute and see how quickly it gets the water to boil. I feel like we are wasting some thermal mass around this section because that's going to be getting quite hot too. In fact, this says that's well up in the 70s, 80s. So if we had more water, we'd definitely be doing a bit better. What we can try doing is maybe, don't like touching this, but yeah, we sink it a bit deeper. We're going to melt the thing that's under my desk here. And also, this is just, you wouldn't get these things anymore. I'm literally putting a socket with a heating element coming directly out of it into a tub of water. Like, this is just asking for insta-death or a lot of pain. Like, what do I do with it when it's hot? Do I just chuck it into the garden and let it cool down? Back then there was way less regulation and kind of made things easier. This is contaminating my water badly, but it's actually doing a really good job of heating it. So that's already up to about 50 degrees, depending on where you point the thing. See, the water around it is boiling, which is good. I'll probably need to chuck some acid into this to etch off whatever's going on. And it looks like that's actually a copper coil under there, which would make sense and is pretty awesome. There's a lot of uses for this. Anywhere that you don't have hot water really, so even out here at the workshop, I don't have hot water. This would be really, yeah, that's hot. This would be really handy for a lot of use cases. You can also probably use it for some sort of steel work. I'd be cautious, of course, with the electricity, but if you need to heat up a bit of steel, even if you want to sit a small crucible in it or on it, you could quite possibly do that. I would expect, though, when this thing's not immersed in water, that it's going to draw more current than you would like. So, alright, that's got the water over 50 degrees, and I'm too impatient these days, so I'm going to turn it off, and we'll put the other one in, see how that goes. That is, even the plug is hot. Let's, there we go, leave that one there, unplug it. I'm not pulling it by the cord because I feel like the cord's going to explode. Even this plug might explode, that doesn't look great, but stick it in that crusty socket, this crusty plug, and here's hoping I don't experience death. Oh, alright. I mean, it might not even be drawing any current. This one looks a lot more cleaned up, as you might be able to see there. It's looking pretty good. Oh yeah, that's instantly getting hot. Nice. And it almost looks a little bit newer. Some of the labels still intact, as you can see there. It's corroded, but that looks like corrosion because we live quite close to the beach here. And it's also got a sort of handly thingy on it, which I quite like. A plastic bit, so you don't... Oh, the other one does too. This one definitely looks like it heats up quicker, which is pretty awesome. That's already up in the 60s. So obviously you can just swap the power cords. This one might be in better nick or have a newer element in it than that one. I'd have to look up the patent dates, but I'm gonna guess they're around the 60s. Now, I'm very curious about one last super terrible idea. Since these are clearly very useful, they were $5 each at the markets. I will go back and I'll take this old fella something quite nice though, because I think, you know, they may not be useful to him anymore, but that was still a steal. So let's turn this one off. That did not want to come out, but let's free that up. And let's try one more thing, which I might have to use the grips for. This is probably almost certainly gonna trip an RCD, but I kind of want to mount it that way, if it'll let me. Alright, perfect, that'll do. Now we're going to try to combine immersion cooking and induction cooking, because you can also get steel working tools that are quite similar to this, like I said, that work on the induction principle. This one's not using the induction principle, but it's still a coil. There's probably a little bit of induction there. And I'm pretty certain sausages conduct current. Not great. It's probably a pretty, pardon my burp, probably a pretty decent meat resistor, but I figure we might be able to cook this in some way. I'm hoping that doesn't snap, but worst case it just lands in that boiling water. Heat it up and see if it wants to cook a sausage. I'm trying my darndest to keep the sausage away from the edges. I don't want to grill it, I want to kind of do whatever this is. Alright, there goes my RCD. So, no, it's hot. These are cool though. I'm happy that I bought it. I don't know what I'm going to do with this soggy sausage now. I'll probably have to go chuck that in the compost. Probably shouldn't eat it. If you have any other suggestions of what could be done with these things or what it's worth doing, definitely let me know. I'm going to give them a good clean up, get a bit of Brillo pad on them and maybe even some acid to clean them down a bit. But thank you to old mate down at the local markets this Sunday morning. Thank you to you viewers. I hope you're doing very well. Definitely hit the thumbs up, the like, the subscribe, all of those things that YouTube wants you to do, because believe it or not, it actually makes a difference. The algorithm bothers me, but it does some things. So welcome all feedback, even if it's haters, and probably see you guys next time. Till then, take it easy. Ciao. Sorted.